channel. I hope you've been well. Now you may be asking yourself, is that the girl who posted a video about how excited she was to make a triumphant return to YouTube after a long break and how she was looking forward to being consistent and cranking out content and building a community here, only to then disappear off the planet and platform for months and months? And if you're asking that question, I'm gonna answer you and say, no, that's not me. I actually posted one video in the interim about how to carve out a dedicated office space in your small home. And then I disappeared off the face of the planet and the platform. It's, kind of semantics at this point, but it's also a more appropriate description of my inconsistent treachery. Without getting too much into the hows and the whys and the what-fors, which can really be summed up in 2 words like life and priorities, I would like to announce update number 1 that I have started a new series over on my Instagram. I'm going to be going live every morning on Instagram, Monday to Friday, before 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm trying to get it closer to like the 8:15 start time because I want it to be like a morning get ready with me and chat about the day and just kind of like the behind the scenes in my business and in life, and that will give you all of the more prescient updates about what's going to be coming up on my YouTube channel if you're interested in kind of live updates and getting to know me at a more intimate level. Moving right along with the updates is update number 2, and it's something that I came to more recently and am still adjusting to, and it's that I've decided to stop making ceramic art temporarily. That's one of the main areas of my business, is making ceramic art and selling it on my website, Talia Warren Design. If you're interested in getting some of the last pieces that are going to be available for sale in a while, I have recently moved to a new studio and was feeling very optimistic and excited about just working. I had a rush of creative energy when I started working there. I had a ton of ideas, and it's just the executing them that has been really troubling and hard for me. And in paying attention to those kind of feelings, I'm realizing that it's like resistance, something that I want to do in my head, but my body is just I don't want to do. As soon as I kind of made the decision that I was going to stop focusing on making ceramics to sell, all of that tension released. I'm still having a ton of ideas, and I'm kind of excited now to go into the studio without the pressure of making things to sell. I didn't actually start ceramics with the intention of selling ceramics. I started ceramics as a hobby, and then because I live in America, everything ends up getting, commercialized and put under the lens of capitalism. So then I started selling my pieces, and then I started getting a few custom orders, which is very exciting. It's just not something that I want to focus a majority of my time on right now, and especially being in my studio and working on pieces and seeing everybody just so stressed out about holiday sales, and I was very much in that boat. I was trying to get pieces made to sell for a sale at my studio that I signed up for, and once I kind of just stepped back and appreciated that while I still do want to work with clay and make ceramics, I enjoyed it so much more when it was not the pressure of I need to make stuff to sell for XYZ. For right now, it makes more sense for me to dedicate the time I was spending making ceramic art on making YouTube videos and building up my channel and marketing my skill as an interior stylist so that I can build up my client base for my products and services that I sell on my website. All moves me into update number 3, which is really exciting to me and is again a realization that I made after appreciating what I want to do with my time and my energy and what I want my business to focus on, and I'm really excited. So one of the digital services that I offer on my website is art sourcing, where I used to send you a questionnaire to gauge your interest in art and get a little bit of information about your space. You can, submit photos, and then I would source art for you. You set a price limit, and I would find pieces for you, both originals, prints, whatever you listed that you were interested in the questionnaire. But I had kind of a disconnect because I was sending people a questionnaire to kind of gauge their interest instead of talking to them one-on-one. That was the only service of my 4 that I offered at the point where there was not a one-on-one like Zoom call or Google Meet call, really, to get to know someone and figure out what they wanted from their own mouth. And so I'm super excited to announce that I've moved my art styling service from a questionnaire-based service to a one-on-one interaction. We'll have a 15-minute Zoom call or Google Meet, more likely, where we talk about what kind of art you're looking for, and you can show me around your space if you're comfortable with that, and you can show me the art that you already have. You can talk about literally anything that's going to help me figure out what kind of pieces might be a good fit in your space. And then I will do the same thing that I was doing before, which is coming up with a list of 10 to 15 pieces within your price range that could fit well into your home. I'm really excited to make this change because I love getting to talk to people and seeing in their houses. I'm nosy. No, I just think it's going to be a really great update and a really great way to interact with my clients. Most of the people that have purchased anything have from Tallywarn Design have been people that have, like, outside of people that know me, my friends and family, have been people that have now found me from YouTube. And I think it's just a really great way to be able to have a better one-on-one interaction with you, my clients, and offer a much better service. All that, and the price has not changed. It's $107 right now, which I think is very, very affordable. This is of course because I'm only sourcing the art for you. You then still have to go and like purchase the art, which is going to be an additional cost. So I didn't want to make my services too cost prohibitive. I know that the idea of purchasing art sourcing services kind of seems like, what, I can just go buy art myself. So for a lot of people though, no, they can't. They can't find pieces that they like. They can't find pieces that fit together. Well, they don't know. They literally don't know where to shop, or they don't want to. So I'm super excited to offer this service now, more one-on-one, more engaging, and at a very affordable price for anyone who's looking to start or build their art collection. So those are all the business updates. Thanks for sticking with me to this point, or maybe you just like jumped using the markers in the description. I don't really care either way. Now we're going to talk about holiday gifts. This video is going up kind of like on the 6th or the 7th of December, so we're not exactly right on top of Christmas, but we're getting there. I am not actually a person that is a good gift buyer or a person that actually like wants to receive gifts, because most of the time it's just like stuff I'm not gonna really use or need. But if you are a person that wants to be able to give gifts and you just don't know what to give, hopefully my holiday gift guide will be something that is helpful or useful to you. So I have it linked down below in the description box. It is just a link to go to my website. There's nothing to download, there's nothing to install, I don't need your email address. It's just link on to a page on my website where you can shop. I'm not going to go over everything on the shopping list because I don't want to spend the time doing that, but I am going to talk about some of my favorite gifts, like highlights, like essentially the stuff that I'm probably going to end up purchasing for myself. So again, if you want the full list of everything, link down below, but here's some of my favorite highlights. So if you have a decor lover in your life, someone whose home tastes you kind of know and appreciate, someone who is likely to use a coffee table book, I'm going to recommend a coffee table book as a gift. And I'm going to recommend specifically coffee table books from a website called Taschen. This is my favorite place for coffee table books because they are beautiful, high quality, gigantic books. They're not the basic coffee table books like the Tom Ford. So for example, if you have a fashion lover in your life, you can gift them the Peter Lindbergh Untold Stories. This is an extra large coffee table book. It's 10.5 by 14 and it's absolutely beautiful. Such a striking book. I think this will look really good in someone's home who has that same vibe of like the black and white Tom Ford book, but this is just, you know, so much more visually stunning and so much more unexpected. For the art lovers in your life, I would recommend the Caravaggio Complete Works. Caravaggio and his contemporaries was the first exhibit that I ever saw at LACMA, and it was literally like standing in the room of some of these pieces. Absolutely incredible. Such realistic works of art to be like 500-year-old oil paintings. And this book covers his complete works, and it will be a really stunning piece to display in the home of anyone who's an art lover, anyone who loves, you know, Renaissance art, the old masters, anything in that genre. For your design loving friends, I love the Cosmic Communist Constructions Photograph. This is another extra large book at 10 by 13. I don't really know, maybe it's just me, but I love brutalist architecture and art. I just love the shape and kind of like the austere look of like the gray and like the large windows. I think this would be a really great gift for someone who has a lot of gray in their home. It's also just an unexpected thing to have on your coffee table. It's a conversation starter. And speaking of conversation starters, the last two books I'm going to talk about are just kind of that, not necessarily for anyone of any specific tastes. Well, maybe, I don't know. The first book is called The Gourmand's Egg, a collection of stories and recipes. So this is technically not a recipe book. A lot of it is just like artsy pictures of eggs and people talking about eggs and like the history of eggs. But I love, again, this really striking cover, and I think this would be a really cool gift for someone who has a studio space where the living room and the kitchen are in the same space, and maybe there's like a countertop or island that separates the living room and the kitchen. This book on the edge of the island with maybe like a decorative bowl with some fruit in it, or a little serving tray where you keep your spices and your go-to coffee with this book underneath. I just think it would be such a fun pop of color, such a fun ad. And this egg book in particular can kind of tie in the idea of like a coffee table book, that's something you'd see in the living room, and then eggs, which is something you'd see in the kitchen. Now those spaces are kind of like tied together a little bit with this book on your kitchen island. The last attention grabbing kind of like book suggestion that I have from Taschen is The Big Book of Breasts. I used to have a friend from church that worked at Taschen that actually quit her job because she just felt as a Christian she couldn't work there, because a lot of the books that Taschen produces are what you would call like artistically smut. There's definitely a lot of books that have like nudity, like overt nudity, overt sexuality, like gratuitous, some might say. This book is just boobs, naked boobs, boobs everywhere. So it's definitely not something that you can get someone unless you knew them very well, but I definitely know people who would display a book of breasts somewhere in their home, as well as the book of the accompanying body parts, of which there are all books available on Taschen. So again, a coffee table book is something that you're going to want to gift somebody that you have a little bit of familiarity with, someone whose home you've been in, someone whose style and taste you can appreciate. But I think if you get it right in terms of a good book match, certainly a book that is beautiful and kind of unexpected, has a really bold, bright cover, is going to be a point of interest on someone's coffee table. I can't imagine that they wouldn't appreciate that. And if they don't, there's always returns. The next gift I want to highlight is the Pur Smart Home Fragrance Diffuser. I've been looking for a diffuser for a while, but I've been looking for one that's like battery operated or rechargeable, because I'm trying to avoid adding more cords to my never-ending struggle of cord management here in my small apartment. A couple weeks ago, I stumbled on these smart fragrance diffusers from a company called Pura, and they actually just plug into the wall, so there's no cords, there's no like device that's cluttering up your countertop space. It's fantastic, but on top of that, it has a whole bunch of cool features. So you can put 2 different fragrances into the device at once, and because it's a smart device, it can connect to your phone and you can control which fragrance is powering at which time, the intensity of which fragrance that's going off. You can set your fragrance to like start before you wake up or like as you're coming into the house. Like, I just think that is so cool. So I'm going to highlight one more gift from my holiday gift guide, and again, if you're interested in the guide, you can find the full list in the link in my description box. But the last gift that I wanted to highlight is an Anyday microwave starter set. These are microwavable dishes that you can actually cook your food in. It's made of some kind of biosilicate glass. It's different from like Pyrex or any other kind of glass that you're thinking of. And somehow, by the power of magic and venting and steam, it cooks your food inside these dishes. So the starter kit comes with a medium dish and like a larger dish that's a little bit more shallow. There are videos on their website that feature Chef David Chang, who's using these dishes. He's making crispy bacon, he's making chicken, he's making rice, he's making all kinds of things. And there's a huge library list of different recipes that include chicken, beef, grains, pasta, all kinds of stuff. So I really think this could be a great gift for someone who is not the best chef, but someone who's kind of like health conscious, who cooks at home a little sorta, but like maybe not the highest skill set. Is this like a crazy gift idea? Like, I feel like this is for someone, again, that you know well enough that they would appreciate this kind of thing, but like, am I crazy in thinking that like people would appreciate like specialty made dishes that have like a venting top that you can like cook your food in the microwave and have it come out like good, not rubbery? Check it out. Let me know in the comments if you would try this, or you know somebody that this would be a good gift for, or if you think this is just like how salmonella starts and this is absolutely crazy. All right, I tried to make this video as quick as possible, and I hope I was able to get through it as quick as possible. If you made it this far in the video, you are the real MVP, and I appreciate you. I do have content coming up on this channel. I swear I'm not saying that I'm planning on dropping off the face of the earth again. I'm going to be filming another video right after this. So if you see this dress and this makeup and this hair again in the next video, no you didn't. But all that being said, I hope you have a good one. If you are starting or ending your shopping for the holiday season, good luck with that. And if you wanted to give someone the gift of a beautiful home, there are gift cards available for all of my digital styling services on my website, TaliaWarrenDesign.com. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting or helpful, do like the video and let YouTube know that you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I make videos about interior styling, small space styling, art, plants, decor, and all that jazz, and I'd love to have you. And until next time, friends, stay safe and be well. Bye. Now you want to start running a marathon up there, I swear.